What if the difference between coaches who stay stuck versus those who are able to break past 6 figures isn't charisma, experience, or even luck? It's actually a skill that most people completely overlook because they assume that they're already good at it. Communication. But coaching communication, it's a whole different ballgame. It's about being able to help your clients get real, lasting results without confusion or overwhelm. And it comes down to mastering 3 specific types of communication, what I call the 3 C's. Let's start with the first C, customized communication. When I first started coaching, I didn't get this one at all. I honestly thought that clients succeeded because of their personality. You're either a go-getter or you're not. But then my husband, Steven, got really into working out. He'd hit the gym, work out for over 2 hours, and totally crush it. Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to hype myself up just to pick up 5-pound weights. Like, girl, you got this. Tiny biceps matter too. But you know what finally got me to show up consistently? Hiring a personal trainer. That's when it clicked. Success is not just about personality, it's about support as well. And it's the same for your clients. Sometimes what they really need is someone who's able to see their blind spots, believes in them, and keeps them accountable. So ask yourself, what kind of accountability does your ideal client need? One of my favorite tools for this is Gretchen Rubin's 4 Tendencies framework. It helps you understand how people respond to expectations, both from themselves and others. Upholders meet both inner and outer expectations. Obligers meet outer expectations, but struggle with inner ones. Questioners need to understand the why before they commit. And rebels resist all expectations because of course they do. Steven, he's an upholder. Me, total obliger. See how this is a superpower for coaches? Because once you figure out your client's tendency, you can tailor how you coach them. That's what customization is all about. A great coach doesn't just teach, they adapt. And that's how you get to literally change people's lives. But here's the thing, if no one knows how great you are at coaching, then it doesn't matter. Because let me let you in on a little secret. The most successful coaches, they're not always the best. A lot of the time, they're just confident enough to put themselves out there. That's the second C, confident communication. I learned this the hard way. Years ago, I had this discovery call with a woman who seemed super timid. I assumed she's not ready. So I didn't even make her an offer. A few months later, I saw her post online. She was celebrating her first ever client and raving about her business coach. Spoiler, it wasn't me. Turns out she was ready to do the work, but she needed a coach who was confident that they could guide her into her confidence. She needed someone to step up and say, I believe in you and I know how to help you. But back then, I was so afraid of being pushy. So I ended up underselling myself. But the thing is, if you truly believe in the value of your coaching, confidently sharing your value isn't salesy, it's of service. Because most people don't even know what's possible until you show them. You don't know what you don't know. Quick story time, back to Steven. And yes, hun, thank you for letting me use you in all my content. Steven's always been into working out, but in the early years of our marriage, he really struggled to lose weight. So one Christmas, I finally got him some private training sessions. He freaked. Luisa, I don't need this, it's way too expensive. My man is frugal. Like, he still wears the same shorts from college because they still work. But after his first session, everything changed. The trainer fixed his form, helped him understand nutrition, and boom, he lost 20 pounds. That's the power of a great coach. You help people get results that they couldn't get on their own. And that's why communicating your value matters so much. Not with sleazy sales vibes, but with grounded, authentic belief in the value that you're bringing to the table. Looking back, I can see how now I would have shown up differently for that client. Same skills, totally different energy. And I bet that the coach she ended up choosing just owned her power, which made all the difference. So yes, confidence matters. But here's the plot twist. Even the most confident coach will burn out if they're not clear about their boundaries. Because confidence helps you get clients, but it won't help you keep your sanity. Enter the third C, clear-cut communication. Without this, burnout will sneak in. If you're constantly overgiving, saying yes to everything, answering DMs 24/7, hopping on quick calls that turn into long therapy sessions, you're not coaching, you're caretaking. And that's not sustainable for anyone. So high five to protecting your energy so that you can actually do your best work. But let's be honest, it's one thing for me to tell you to set your boundaries, and it's a whole other thing when your client actually pushes them. Early on in my coaching, I set a 48-hour response window. Pretty reasonable. Plus, most of the time, I got back to my clients a lot faster. But one client started emailing me and then following up an hour later, like, just checking in. Can you please get back to me on my last email? Honestly, I was frustrated and kind of triggered. So I replied with what I thought was clear. As a reminder, please allow 48 hours for a response. Simple, right? But for my client, it made her feel like I was brushing her off when she was trying really hard. It blew up into this huge miscommunication, which taught me two really important things. Number one, you have to set expectations clearly from the beginning. For example, how would you like your clients to contact you? Just email? Text? Carrier pigeon? What about best practices for asking questions? Without this, I've had clients send me 20-minute audio rants that left me confused on what they even wanted help with. And number two, if someone crosses a boundary, explain it from their perspective. Keyword, there, because most likely it's not a personal attack on you or your time. Your clients just care, and so do you. So let them know that you've got them. But you're also human, so you just need a bit more time to be able to provide them with the best support possible. But now that you've got the what, those 3 C's that make you a confident, clear, and customized coach, it's time for us to talk about the how, so you know what to actually do once you're on a coaching call. That's why in this next video, I'm breaking down exactly how to run your first coaching session so that your client walks away thinking, whoa, did I make a really good investment?